Hey, what you reading for?
I need to change. 2025 has not gotten off to a good start in terms of reading. I need to change. Why I read, how I read, what I read, it all has to change. So let's start with why I read. Well, I read for professional reasons. I am a writer, and I feel like I need to be aware of, be exposed to what other writers are doing. That can be very motivating to me. It can get me really excited about working on my own manuscripts. And also, it helps me identify also red flags. It's much easier, I think, to identify weaknesses in other people's writing than it is to identify them in your own, but it is also quite helpful. And also, I want to be up to date with what books are getting a good buzz, what books are winning awards, and what books certain publishers are putting out. I like to stay up to date on what's going on in the publishing industry. I also have this booktube channel. I also have this booktube channel. Что ты делаешь? So I need to read to generate content for the channel, right? And how I read, well, I'll usually have two books going on at the same time, sometimes three. I'll read a physical book at the bus stop or while I'm on the bus. But most of the reading I do is on my laptop. I have very poor eyesight, so I like reading on laptop. I can blow up. Ow. Ow. You only bite when you're on camera. When I first started this channel, which was about a year and a half ago, I thought it would be a reflection of what I was reading, kind of like a diary of what I was reading, which at the time was about 60 to 70% literary fiction and 30% horror. And what I noticed quite early on was that my books about literary fiction, my videos about literary fiction, they didn't do so well, but the videos I put out about horror, those videos tended to do very well. So I started to shift my reading accordingly, and it got to a point where I was reading probably 90% horror, maybe 10% literary. I have since corrected this imbalance, if you will. I'll read in short stints, maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes max. And I'll do that a few times a day. I'll generally spend an hour to an hour and a half a day reading. And things have not been going well for me as a reader, so I'm going to make some changes, change everything. Since I've been doing this booktube thing, on the one hand, I've been reading a lot more than I normally would. And I have been reading outside my comfort zone. Viewers will recommend books, recommend authors to me that I hadn't heard of before. And so it is stretching me as a reader. I've learned many things about myself as a reader. I have identified many things that just will not work on me, no matter how hard I insist on keep trying and trying. Certain genres that I have no interest in. And so going forward, I thought it was a good experiment to try to test those resistances that I have. But I've also found that, well, there are things that I like and things that I don't like, and that's okay. I don't need to love everything. I've been trying to do that, but apparently I haven't been successful at it. And that's, I guess, I'm at a point where I need to be comfortable with that and say, okay, I'm not going to love everything, but at least I have a good idea of what it is that I love, and I can focus on reading more works like that. Currently, for my physical book, I've been reading this one. This is the latest from Ramsey Campbell, The Incubations. It's a nice hardcover edition at Flame Tree Press, or Flame Tree Publishing. It's kind enough to send me. You can see I'm almost finished with that. When I finish this, I don't know, readers have told me that I should check out M.R. James. I'm not familiar with this author. I've been told that M.R. James is a very good writer. I've been told by viewers of this channel, and they have encouraged me to read him. So I might check out this short story collection after I finish with the Ramsey Campbell. Or I might be in the mood for some sci-fi horror. I just received this advanced reader copy. Or there's always the Brad Abdul. This is probably more fun, tongue-in-cheek kind of horror. Probably not going to be in the mood for something fun. I haven't been in the mood for fun in ages. That might change. And on my laptop, earlier today, I finished an advanced reader copy of Senseless by Ronald Malfi, which I thought was excellent, 5 stars. It's easily the best thing I've read thus far this year, which is a low bar, but this is a very good book. I will make a full video review of it when the publication date approaches. I believe it's set for mid-April sometime. Set to come out mid-April. And starting tomorrow, what I want to do is I want to take on a big book. I think I need this. I need a more immersive experience. Because books I've been receiving from publishers and because of the pressure I put on myself to keep producing content, I've been reading faster than I would like. So I'm going to read a big book, and one that is challenging, or has a reputation of being challenging, and the book I'm going to start is Gravity's Rainbow by Thomas Pynchon. I've heard great things about Thomas Pynchon. I've never read his work before, and I feel like he's an important author that I should be familiar with. So I've decided to jump into Gravity's Rainbow. And the edition I have is 900 pages and has a reputation of being difficult to follow, which is good for me because I think that's what I need right now. I need a big book and I need to read it slowly. Instead of 15, 20-minute stints of reading, I feel like I need to sit with the book for a while. And even if my imagination wanders, that's okay. I can let it wander, and then when it comes back, I'll still have the book in front of me and I can get back into the text and just spend more time with the text and just read more slowly. And I think Gravity's Rainbow, we'll see how that works out. There are several big books on my TBR that I'm going to try to get to this year. Lonesome Dove, East of Eden, Anna Karenina. Those are the titles that come off the top of my head. We'll start with Gravity's Rainbow and see what happens. In any event, thank you for watching. I look forward to connecting with you in the comment section. If you have some experience with these books or authors that I've talked about, I'd like to hear your opinion, your feedback. If you don't, you can just stop by and say hi. I always enjoy connecting with you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you at the next video.